Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and let's get ready to watch Shane gush over a movie. And it's January, which is weird because besides The Commuter, this is the only other film of 2018 that I have seen so far, and it's Paddington 2, and I love this film. I really enjoyed the first one a lot, and it felt so heartwarming and sweet and genuine and so much fun and emotional. And this one I loved even more, and it went places, and it literally did everything. Paul King does such a great job of writing and directing this film, really balancing the story, fluidly going back and forth between different characters and different storylines, and building up a lot of this story, and telling the story in a fun, interactive way. There's some great use of CGI and other storytelling methods, like us walking through a pop-up book. And I thought that was the coolest thing, and interjecting interesting, like, band popping up and playing music, and, like, where'd they come from kind of thing. But, like, it's like wink wink. Like, they're there playing the music, and there's just so much great things that Paul King does with this. And the tone of this is so endearing and warm and emotional and just balances everything, because it makes you laugh, it makes you cry, it makes you feel so warm and happy and hopeful. And throughout the film I had a smile on my face until the moments that it made me sad, because it really hit me emotionally, but I couldn't take the smile off my face. This film was so charming and so endearing, and Paul King does such a great job and hitting home with a lot of different kinds of emotional moments. And cinematographer Eric Wilson does a great job with this, and this is a really well shot film. The action's well shot, all the humor is well shot, the CGI is fantastic, and Paddington looks so great, and that's really well done. There's a decent amount of action sequences, and how this is all well shot, and how the camera work's used, and there's some great overhead shots. And this kind of felt like a Wes Anderson movie on some level, with like the symmetry and the framing of shots and everything, and some of the storytelling methods and visual storytelling methods that he'll use, like using like models out of nowhere kind of thing. And I thought that was really cool. And then this was written by Paul King and Simon Farnaby. The story is so interesting and not what you would expect from a Paddington movie. Paddington goes to jail, and he gets framed for stealing this book and dealing with our villain. The villain was great. Hugh Grant plays this washed up actor who you can tell is a really good actor, but he's really pompous and so narcissistic that he probably can't work with anybody. And he's so great. And you understand his motivations, you understand Paddington, you understand the Brown family, who are all so great and adorable and so much fun. And like Phoenix, Hugh Grant's character, and Knuckles, Brendan Gleeson's character, popping up in this, and they're such great characters and have depth, and you really understand everything. There's so much funny dialogue and snappy back and forth and jokes and gags, and so well written. And how they I'm not the hugest fan of physical humor and slapstick, but they do some great work in this film in terms of that. And honestly, the themes of this, and finding where you're supposed to be, and pride, and finding worth in yourself, and immigrants, and being good to other people, different kinds of people, and what one positive person in a community can do for people, just everything. Oh, the music. Composer Dario Marianelli. This score is beautiful, and honestly I want to own it, because it was just so heartwarming and just made you feel like you wanted to smile watching so many of the scenes, and felt so magical and endearing. And it really did elevate this film and help scenes that already were so great, but then the music just set them up so much further. And there's musical numbers to this, and please stay through the credits. Please. I'm not gonna spoil it, but you have to stay through the credits. And the cast, Ben Whishaw does such a great job giving so much this whole air of what Paddington is and who he is, and how his voice is so endearing and just like so cute, and everything is just so well done. Hugh Grant just has so much fun in this film. He's such a great villain in this, and so charming and brings so much charisma. Brendan Gleeson's great. He has so many great moments. And then Hugh Bonneville and Sally Hawkins. Sally Hawkins is, I just love her a lot. She was so great in The Shape of Water, and she brings this such a lovable mom to this film, and just looking at her and the way she smiles and interacts with people is just so lovable and enjoying. And Hugh Bonneville does a great job, and he's very humorous and makes you laugh a lot. This film is almost a pitch-perfect film that warms the heart and is entertaining from start to finish. And right off the bat, here it is, first A+ of the year to Paddington 2.